Hello, what's up, folks? Listen, I needed to bring you terrible yet fantastic. However, staggering news in the scene, Paula Robbins, on the off chance that you all plunk down, this is a ton to take in. We have new data on the off chance that you all haven't heard the federal authorities wouldn't squeeze charges, yet there's additional. They said that the removal demand has been denied, the case is out of commission, yet the justification behind this will knock your socks off. Are you all prepared for this? Since it's mind-blowing, the examination report was phony on the off chance that the bureaucratic examination can be accepted. And it was finished on American soil. They were permitted to go to Mexico. Even that second dissection that everyone was sitting tight for shows that Mexico lied. And when I say Mexico, I don't mean the Mexican government. Our administration is saying that Mexico burial service, home lied Tranquilla's, Robinson's spine was never broken. The essence of this infrastration. We will get into this, yet the core of this examination, the motivation behind why this happened. Hang on, folks, I'm all checking for new news. I'm abroad, yet I will attempt to go live later on today. Yet I needed to bring you all this data, and afterward we'll do a live later on today. Since I will hear what you all need to say, the essence of the examination, would everyone accepted and understood what joined the country in outrage, to stress limit useful examples. For the last 4 or 5 months they are expressing none of it is valid, none of it our administration, letting it be known the new postmortem report shows from Cola Robertson's spine was not broken. They said the new choices issues in spine was not broken to at last straightforwardly tracker. Repudiates that the Mexican specialists who said Shanquella's Robinson's family was broken again. Mexico specialists. It wasn't simply the burial service home Mexico themselves. Likewise said that the spine was broken in dissections, and Shanquella Robinson, led by the Mecklenburg Province clinical inspector. This is the U.S., as we as a whole know. This is the U.S. clinical analyst municipality Willis Spine, and tapped Tranquilla's family lawyer Sue and Robinson. Said at a question and answer session Wednesday evening, the findings straightforwardly goes against claims of Mexican specialists who said Shanquella's spine was broken this present time. It is obscure at this opportunity. Let me traverse this, and afterward I'll tell you the other stuff about the blood liquor level and stuff like that. As you all know, San Carlos family looked for the postmortem by a U.S. clinical inspector following inquiries on her demise in Mexico, October 29, 2022. The Mecklenburg Province Clinical Inspector's Office affirmed to WTV on Wednesday that the postmortem was done, yet said it will be delivered by the State Clinical Inspector's Office. The workplace of the Central Clinical Analyst had not delivered the examination as of the hour of the public interview, in spite of a necessity by regulation to do so. Individuals are getting this as on the grounds that the case is too high profile in a delivery, declaring choice U.S. lawyer Dina Ruler said there's insufficient proof to charge anybody. Let us get straight to the point. And insufficient proof to charge anybody on two things when there's insufficient proof for them to charge them on U.S. soil too. That implies the removal demand is denied. It is dead on a right. It is DOA. Mexico specialists have recently recorded charges for the situation. U.S. specialists have not respected a solicitation to remove anybody to Mexico connected with those charges. You folks, this is staggeringly stunning. It is miserable. It is confounding. Do we owe the Cabo 6 a conciliatory sentiment? Did we rush to make judgment calls? Did the clinical analyst on U.S. soil accomplish something? Do we owe the Mexico government an expression of remorse? Who isn't coming clean? Who didn't do up toss examination? Now I will say this, since it entirely to be said in light of the fact that we need to stall down again. The U.S. investigators won't bring charges of in the homicide case inquiries concerning her passing arisen before long, and their explanation, declaring there was no U.S. charges. U.S. lawyer Dina Lord and the FBI expressed that there was insufficient proof of bad behavior to give criminal allegations for the situation in view of the consequences of the dissection, which is her neck was never broken. And it's her cautious, purposeful consultation and survey of the insightful materials. By both U.S. lawyers, bureaucratic examiners, we have informed Miss Robinson's family today that the accessible proof doesn't uphold an administrative indictment. This is a ton. Yet we should get how about we get into this oak? How about we get into this? Now, assuming you all are pondering, the family as of now has been informed they shown up with their lawyer at the FBI Charlotte's Central Command. That was 4 hours prior. They were informed the news it is hazy. Whether they acknowledge this news, it is hazy on where this tragedy occurred, you all. We couldn't say whether there was any blood liquor. How about we should return right, since we should expect all that we will talk about this more in the live yet from a legitimate perspective. How about we accept all that is in the U.S. postmortem examination report? Is careful, it's precise, is finished. We've been asking, I've been shouting, I believe, that a U.S. individual should take a gander at this. I need this. And presently we have our own administration taking a gander at it. At our own administration, expressing that there was nothing there when this happened. We scrutinized the manner in which the Cabo sticks responded to all that. One reason we scrutinized. This is on the grounds that one reason we scrutinized. This is on the grounds that it appears to be so unimaginable, yet more significantly, the daddy realized something was off base. He called the burial service home, the memorial service home, let him know they went at $5,000 to direct the clinical examination, the postmortem. When they led the clinical examination, they said there was a spinal unwinding. Mexico specialists affirmed this. U.S. are currently saying nothing at any point happened. U.S. lawyers have referenced nothing about whether there was liquor in her blood at all, which persuades us to think that there wasn't any liquor in our blood. And in the event that that is valid, essentially it's the conviction that several six actually have something to make sense of for sense. Supposing that there's no liquor in her blood, found then that entire thing about her owing, not owing, that entire thing about her with the liquor was totally bogus. There was no liquor harming you, didn't bite the dust from heart failure, right? In the event that the clinical inspectors can be valid, there are as yet unanswered inquiries. And valid, there is no messed up neck, which we want to really go into that memorial service home in Mexico and see what occurred. Is the Mexico government going to bring charges against the memorial service home? Is the Mexico government going to give a rejoinder? How long have the Mexico government realized that there was no wrecked neck? They are not expected to share results. Yet they said that removal pictures were there. One might say that Bring Brief took care of his business. He put squeeds on the public authority. He had the public authority mediate and dissection. To see that there is no messed up neck doesn't require 4 months. So that implies that the U.S. government, as I would see it, began investigating this fundamentally when Bing Trump reached out. And when they got a gathering with the White House, that is the point at which the clinical inspectors in North Carolina took care of their business. And they found this results, yet this is still such countless unanswered inquiries. They said there's insufficient proof. We're sitting tight for more data on what that needs. We realize that the foundation of their case and the foundation of everyone's decision is that spine was broken. So who lied? Was it the clinical, the Mexican postmortem? Was it the Cabo 6? There's insufficient proof. Truly intend that there is no proof. Did they simply pull off the wrongdoing of the 100 years? Or do we owe them an examination? Were these truly 6 children, 7 that went down, and just 6 returned, and despite the fact that they took care of it grossly in a nauseating way, what for when it showed up, as I would like to think, to be extremely dismissive? Do we owe them a statement of regret? Were their countenances streaked all over Twitter, the web all over? And there's nothing there. Their rendition of occasions truly occurred. Yet again, this brings in an inquiry. What's the deal with the liquor harming? When did she drink? Why, no other person had liquor harming. What might be said about the attendant, who said that she heard them chuckling? What might be said about the manner in which they faked out, as per the attendant? Except if the attendant is lying, they faked out. The attendant advised him to reserve supper spot. He heard them snickering. He said he felt like they had embarrassed them. Said they heard them giggling. Said told them definitely make us supper reservations, and afterward hurry to the air terminal, escaping what befell the reason for death at 3 p.m. Does that actually line up? When was her season of death? The all-out results for the post-mortem examination report has not been delivered. The lawyer said her neck was not broken. And the U.S. isn't just squeezing charges. How about we be clear? They are denying removal. So as long as the Cabo 6 never stopped by Mexico, they have nothing to stress over at all. All this data is coming in. The family has been told. We figured out after the family has been informed they are meeting with them. They've met with the bureaucratic specialists. New data is coming in as I'm shooting this. That is the reason I'm sitting tight for the live. I need to ensure I'm again. After the video arose what might be said about the battle. They never made sense of why they were battling. Cabo 6 has not approached. We saw that battle. It was horrendous. We saw poor Shanquella spread out. Does that mean the battle didn't have anything to do with her reason for death? This doesn't check out now, Lal. And we want to find out about this examination presently. Here's what I'm in a real sense. My psyche is spending, turning unfamiliar. They're saying she had a broken spine and purchased charges against one of her companions. There was insufficient proof of bad behavior to give criminal accusations. Was there proof of liquor? We really want to realize what befell the battle. Did it not hurt her at all? We saw her spread out on the floor, her lip